This video is to show you how to annotate an informational nonfiction article. As you are watching this, make sure you follow along. You can stop and push play at any time if you need to catch up with anything. Before we do anything, we always read the directions. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Then fill in the answer on your answer document. By reading the directions, I know that I am not looking at a paired passage. I'm looking at a single passage. Before I start reading, I'm going to use my writing utensil and I'm going to separate my paragraphs. Make sure you are following along with me. Right now I do see that I have a text feature right here. It says Papel, picado banners, so I'm going to circle that. It is showing me how they look. I'm going to continue separating my paragraphs. I see another text feature. Special tools are used to cut the designs into the paper. So these are my tools right here. And this says an easy way to make your own Papel picado. So these are the steps to making it. Then I have my questions. I know that for all my questions, I need to go ahead and separate. And this will be used later when we are answering the questions. Okay, that's it. And before I go any further, I'm going to highlight or underline things that I think are important in my question. So the photograph under paragraph 1 suggests that. So I know I'm looking for a photograph in paragraph 1. Which sentence from the selection expresses an opinion? So I'm looking for an opinion, not a fact. The author includes paragraph 6, most likely to do something, so I need to look there. Which sentence from the selection explains why artists first created Papel picado? So why did the artist first create this? And number 5, in which section would the reader find information about occasions where Papel picado is often displayed? So I'm looking for where this is actually happening. So if you look at our answer choices, it looks like these are the subheadings in our article. So let's start reading. Or actually, let's circle our subtitles first. How Papel picado is used today. How is Papel picado made? What does it mean? And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to use a highlighter on my iPad, but you can always underline. I'm going to use a highlighter because it's a little easier to show. Papel picado is a beautiful and delicate form of paper art. Oh, so I should definitely, so I know what it is. This art began in Mexico, possibly as early as the 16th century. This is when. However, the thin tissue paper used to make the designs did not come from Mexico, but from China. So not original. This paper was first introduced to Mexico when items shipped from China were wrapped in it to protect them from breaking. Protect them from breaking. People living in Mexico soon had a lot of this tissue paper, and they began using it to make decorations. This paper art continues to be popular to this day. So I'm actually going to go ahead and start hashtagging my information. I know that this is how it came about, pretty much, the background of it. So I'm going to hashtag background. I'm also going to hashtag from China. I'm going to go to my second paragraph. And we know that our text feature here is this photograph of the Papel picado banners. So this is how they look. Remember that there was a question about this. What does papel picado mean? In Spanish, papel means paper, and picado means punched, so paper punched. It is clear that papel picado is a fitting name for this art form. After all, it is created by cutting, pressing, and punching designs into layers of tissue paper. The designs reflect the values and traditions of the Mexican people. They include images of people, animals, flowers, lettering, and any design that has special meaning to the artist. So I'm going to go ahead and hashtag here that it basically means paper punch. And if you look at these pictures right here, you can see that these pictures show how it looks, and you can tell that they are being punched out. So it's not being cut out, it's being punched out. Think of a hole puncher for paper. So they probably have some sort of mechanism to make these designs. I'm also going to hashtag down here that it is values and traditions and has a special meaning. So I'm going to hashtag special meaning because values and traditions are special. I'm going to go to my second page. How is papel picado made? To make papel picado, artists first draw the pattern for the art. So we have steps here. Next, they stack thin sheets of colorful tissue paper in a pile. Kind of struggling with my highlighter here. And lay them on a hard surface. Depending on the project, as few as 5 sheets or as many as 50 or more sheets may be used. So they can have a wide variety. Stacking many sheets of paper allow the artist to create the same pattern on all the sheets at the same time. Once the paper is stacked, the pattern is placed on top of the stack of tissue paper to help the artist make the design. So I'm going to hashtag how it's made, and I can just hashtag steps. The artist, I didn't finish the paragraph. I didn't realize that. The artist then use sharp chisels to cut through the layers of tissue paper. After they cut the desired shapes in the paper, the artist carefully remove the cut-out pieces. The punched-out spaces that remain in the tissue paper create the beautiful designs. So the punched-out spaces create the beautiful designs. I'm going to hashtag just the tools and how is papel picado used today? People today often string separate sheets of tissue paper together in long, colorful banners. Then the art is hung in windows and across doorways or narrow streets. Papel picado banners are used as decorations at celebrations and during special holidays. The banners may be displayed at weddings, birthday parties, and other festive events. The colors and designs are chosen especially for the occasion. On a papel picado wedding banner, for example, Hearts and the names of the bride and groom may be part of the design. So I missed something. I see that here, this picture right here, are the tools. So I'm going to actually just put a little arrow to that. And now I'm going to go back to my highlighting. All right. So the people today often string separate pieces of tissue together in long, colorful banners. And the art is hung by windows and across doorways and narrow streets. So Papel picado banners are used as decorations at celebrations, during special holidays, displayed at weddings, birthday parties, other festive events. On a Papel picado wedding banner, hearts and the names of the bride and groom may be part of the design. And I'm going to hashtag something. Perhaps how they look. I also see this. Definitely look at my subheading, because this one is about, this whole paragraph, 5 and 6, is about how it's used today. I'm going to go back to my reading and highlighting. As with other forms of art, people would like to preserve the delicate tissue cuttings and enjoy them for years. However, because the tissue paper is very delicate, it tears easily. It's like a drawback right here. If Papel picado is displayed outside, the tissue will fade. Okay, so these are some downsides, definitely. So if it's displayed outside, tissue will fade, crumble, and fall apart. In order to create art that will last longer, some Papel picado artists have started using thicker paper. So this is a fix for this problem. They have started using thicker paper, coated paper, sheets of metal, or sheets of plastic. No matter what material is used, people will continue to appreciate displays of Papel picado. I'm going to definitely hashtag that this is a downside or a negative of the Papel picado. And this here is how it's fixed. Now that I've finished reading and annotating, I'm going to go ahead and go down and answer my questions. Oh, we have one more, some steps. So just to read through this, an easy way to make your own Papel picado. 1, you gather the materials you will need, and they're listed for you. 2, you stack a few sheets of paper and fold them half vertically, then fold the stack vertically 2 more times. To make the design, cut shapes into 3 sides of the folded tissue paper. Leave some space between each cutout shape. Open the tissue paper carefully and flatten. Place the flattened sheets of tissue paper on a flat surface. The straight edge of each panel should be at the top. Make a thin line of glue, a ½ inch from the top. Lay a piece of string on the glue. Leave some extra, I like the words there, string at each end so you can hang the banner when it is finished. Fold the top ½ inch of tissue paper over the string. Press firmly and allow the glue to dry. Now, your very own Papel picado banner is ready to be displayed. So, anytime you see something like this kind of text feature, is giving you steps on how to do something. They will definitely ask you a question about this, so you need to make sure that you definitely read over it and you are not afraid to go back and look. The photograph under paragraph 1 suggests that. So, if you go back to paragraph 1, you can see that we have how they look here. So, let's go down and see. Artists who make Papel picado need many years of training. Making it is something that a person must do alone. Artists use detailed designs. Making Papel picado requires only a short amount of time to complete. So, if I can see how they look, then I need to look through here again. So, out of A and B, you have to go back and look and figure it out. Number 2, which sentence from the selection expresses an opinion? So remember that an opinion is something that cannot be proven, and a fact is something that can be proven. So which one of these can be proven? Papel picado is beautiful and delicate form of paper art. In Spanish, papel means paper, and picado means punched. To make papel picado, artists first draw the pattern for the art. J. The artists then use sharp chisels to cut through the layers of tissue paper. So one way that you can always figure out fact from opinion on here, go back into the article and see if you can find each one of these, okay? If you can find F, then that's not the answer for an opinion. If you can find G, then that's not the answer for an opinion. But let's just say that H, you cannot find it within the passage, then you know that this is the opinion one. So as you are looking at a question like this, why don't you do a little chart called F and O, and you can make it, and then just go through and you can check off if this is a fact, if this is a fact, or if it's an opinion, if this is a fact or an opinion, if this is a fact or an opinion. Listen, I'm not going to give you the right answer, so you have to figure it out. This is not correct, all right? Number 3, the author includes paragraph 6, most likely to what? So you go back to paragraph 6, right here. And we have downside and fixes the problem here. So let's go back. Past it. Inform the reader of places where papel picado should not be displayed. Describe different reasons that people like papel picado. Tell the reader where to find the materials. Explain how a problem with papel picado has been solved. You got to figure that out. Which sentence from the selection explains why artists first created papel picado? So you need to go through each one of these sentences and see, is there anywhere in the selection where it's showing you why they first created it? So you have to go back and see, where did they first create it? So we have, go up one more. We have maybe here, or maybe in paragraph 2. So look and see. We have the background in paragraph 1, and it's from China, and that is probably where your answer is. And then if it's not there, it's definitely going to be in the second one. So if they're saying that something is first created, then it's definitely early on in the passage. Number 5, in which section would the reader find information about occasions where papel picado is often displayed? All you have to do is look here and go through each one. If you don't know it, make sure you go back and you look at your hashtags and you see. I actually think that I missed some questions, but hopefully this has helped you, and you can use these to answer any other questions that you may come across in the future for reading informational text article.